Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Waga, going to do another Leetcode question. And the question in question is number 101, symmetric tree. So you're given a tree and you're supposed to write to return a boolean on whether or not it's symmetric, right? So this is pretty straightforward, and the thing to note here is it's supposed to be an exact mirror image, meaning that the left child of a node should be the right child in a case, right? And the right child of a node should be the left child, right? So for example, if you draw a line here, you see in this case the left and right node are the same, right? So it doesn't matter. But when we come down here, we find that the left 2's right child node is 4, but the other two, the right 2's left child node is 4. So like it's exactly a mirror image, right? So we could come here and for symmetric, and we're going to create a function that will compare, will do the comparisons for us, right? So we could call it def, we call it mirror, and it's going to take in self, and it's going to take 2 trees, right? We could call it tree 1, and we could call it tree 2, of course, right? T2. So those two, and what it's going to do is, if we check if either T1 or if T1 is none or T1 is none, right? If T1 is none and T2 is similarly none, if either of this is true, right, we want to, I don't know, we return false. Or okay, so I'm not sure. Okay, fine. Yeah, we return false, right? We return true because an empty array, an empty tree is an exact duplicate of an empty tree, right? That's weird. Okay, that is if both of them are none, you return true. If one of them is none, return false, right? Because a tree can't be a mirror image of an empty tree can't be a mirror image of a real tree, right? So we could say if T1 is none and T2 is none, capitalized. No, this is supposed to be or. So if one of them, right? If one of them is none, right, we just return false. False, like so, right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to return, and whether T1 dot val, if the value is going to be exactly as at T2 dot val, right? If those two are the same, and we call this function on the left side self dot mirror on T1 dot right, and we pass in T2 dot left, so we call it alternating like this, T1 dot right and T2 dot left, and we call it the same self dot T1 dot left and T2 dot right, like so, right? So we basically alternate. We call it on the right and the left, and then the left and the right, like so, right? And then after that, what we need to do here is we need to return true, right? So we need to return, not return true, we need to return self dot mirror, and what we want to do is pass in the various roots, like so. So basically that. This is a pretty straightforward question, so it shouldn't be an issue. And when we submit it, we should also get an answer which is correct, right? So basically, I think we have done the job here, and the time complexity and the space complexity. The time complexity is going to be O of n because we go through every single node, and the space complexity is we do not create structures, so the space complexity is going to be O of 1. We don't create any single structure. Thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.